There is a moment that most professionals dread, and almost none of them prepare for it. You're in a meeting, a senior leader turns to you unexpectedly and asks you something. It might be a question about your project, it might be your opinion on a decision that's just being made. It might be a challenge to something you said just 5 minutes ago. And in that moment, under that gaze, in front of that room, your mind does one of two things. It either delivers with clarity and authority, or it scrambles. Words come out that don't reflect what you actually know. You speak too fast, you hedge, you over-explain, and when the moment passes, you know and the room knows that you were caught. This video is about what happens in that moment, why it happens to intelligent, experienced professionals, and what to do instead. Not just a mindset reframe, not a confidence exercise, a method, specific, repeatable, and effective under real pressure. So get your notebook out. Let's go over the key points. Number one, why being put on the spot derails even the most competent people. The mechanism is neurological, not personal. Unexpected high-stake attention triggers a threat response. Your brain shifts from analytical thinking to social survival mode. In survival mode, you lose access to the precise, structured thinking that makes you good at your job. This is why the person who speaks most brilliantly in preparation often stumbles in live moment. The content is there, the access is blocked. The second factor is the audience effect. You stop thinking about the question and start thinking about how you're being perceived. Thinking about the question. That split attention is what produces the ramble. Understanding this removes the shame from it. This isn't weakness, it's an untrained response to a specific type of pressure. And untrained responses can be trained, which is what you're here for. Number two, the 3 worst things people do when they're put on the spot and what they signal. Immediately filling the silence with words. Speaking before even a thought has formed. This signals anxiety. The room doesn't experience it as enthusiasm. They experience it as someone who can't hold pressure. Next, excessive qualification. I'm not sure, but maybe, and I could be wrong, but I think possibly, brother. This signals that you don't trust your own judgment. The room takes that cue from you and they will believe that you don't trust yourself. Next, it's over-explaining, giving the entire history of your thinking rather than your conclusion. This signals a structural problem. You don't know what your point is. If you don't know, the room won't find it for you. All 3 have the same root, the absence of a pause. The pause is everything, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to work on this directly with me, we're offering free 15-minute communication audits where we'll look at your specific situation, specific patterns, and we'll tell you exactly what to focus on. Link in the description. Go ahead and book it. Next, let's talk about the method, what to do in the first 3 seconds. When you're put on the spot, the first thing you do is nothing. You breathe. 1 full breath. This is not hesitation. This is composure. The room reads it as someone who thinks before they speak. Then you repeat or rephrase the question in your own words. So what you're asking is, this buys you 4 to 6 seconds of legitimate thinking time and signals that you're precise, not stalling. Then you answer using a version of prep, which I've shared before. Your point first, your position in 1 sentence, your reason, 1 example if needed, then your point. Then you stop. You do not add more after the final point. The silence after a strong answer is not awkward, it's authority. If you genuinely don't know the answer, that's something I want to give you a precise answer on. Let me come back to you by the end of the day. This is the behavior of someone who values accuracy over performance. How to build this reflex, not just as a technique. A method that you only remember when you're calm is not a method. It has to be trained under stimulated pressure. So it's available when the real pressure comes. Practice in lower stake moments. team meetings, casual conversations, anywhere where you can apply the structure without it mattering too much. Next, I get my clients to do this. Record yourself. We even give our clients feedback every day. The gap between how you think you sound and how you actually sound is often the most useful data you will ever receive about your communication. Brief yourself before any meeting where being put on the spot is likely. 3 key points that you want to make. 1 position you're prepared to defend. Preparation doesn't eliminate the unexpected, but it shortens the distance between the question and your clarity. Over time, the pause becomes natural, I promise you. The structure becomes automatic, and what used to feel like a threat starts to feel like an opportunity, because that's what it is. You're one of the few people in the room who can be caught off guard and still deliver. The ability to perform under unexpected pressure is one of the rarest and most valuable communication skills that exists. Not because the method is complicated, it isn't, but because most people never train it. That's why you're going to stand out. They hope that when the moment comes, they'll rise to it. Hope is not a method. Train the pause, train the structure, train yourself to speak from your conclusion rather than your anxiety. And the next time a room turns to you without warning, you won't just survive it, you'll own it. Subscribe if this is the kind of work you do, and the link below is where we go deeper. 1 conversation, 15 minutes, no cost. Let's go, book it in. See you soon.